All right, welcome to the relationship show. This woman writes this post, shooting my shot, question mark. I'm 37, female, divorced for a couple of years, and have been on dating apps for a while with not much luck. I've always thought it'd be much better to meet people in person rather than on the apps, but it seems like the apps are the way to go. Yeah, I mean, it's convenient. Apps are convenient, but usually if you have like a chance encounter where it's like, I don't know, you just do something in your everyday life and then you meet somebody, that can sometimes the best way to go, in the sense that it's like your attraction is sometimes higher than you would have meeting somebody on like a dating app. Um, So, and then also in regards to shooting my shot, I'm assuming she's going for like asking somebody out. And what you'll find is like sometimes women who um, are in like their late 30s or later, or mid 30s and later, it's like, well, they'll start to be more aggressive, or they'll start to ask guys out, where you don't necessarily see that as much with younger women in like their 20s or younger. Um, and that can be a few factors. I mean, sometimes those older women can be more confident. They can be more comfortable with themselves. There's a timeline thing going on probably. So there's just a lot of factors, but you will see that commonly, that older women typically are more aggressive and can ask you out, ask guys out, um, more than typically younger women do. Today, I went to a cafe to pick up an order, and I made eye contact with the barista. So, guys, recognize this sign. This is probably the most common thing women do to test if you are interested in them, is they will make eye contact with you. Now, if you can maintain eye contact with her and not look away, it shows confidence. Now, as the man in the man's role, the masculine role, what he wants to do is maintain that eye contact, especially the start. The first one is the most important. And this goes with every really encounter. So it's like women almost restart in their attraction, and they're kind of reading where you're at, reading your confidence level with each interaction they have with you. So it's like the first one is very important. So it's like you maintain that eye contact, and then you must be the one that stays with there, and then she must look away first. And sometimes that can take even a couple of seconds, and it can be awkward. It can make you feel uncomfortable at first, but the one who really looks away first is the one who is more submissive in that moment. And so just recognize that. It's like afterwards, you don't have to just like eye battle somebody, it's like do it once at the very start, and then it's like that is established, and then you kind of just go about your having a good time with the other person. But it is such a common test that women do to really test your confidence if you will look away quickly. So it's like people that aren't very confident with themselves, they struggle with maintaining eye contact with another person. And so just recognize this, and recognize it. That is probably one of the most, if not the most common tests that women do to see kind of what you're about and your confidence level. So, implement those and recognize it, and then apply that in your own life. I felt like something clicked. So with the barista, so probably the barista, he didn't look away, and he was confident in his eye contact. And that's something to practice as well. So it's like this barista probably gets a lot of opportunities. So if he knows to do this, he can have so many opportunities to really practice his eye contact and be comfortable with eye contact. So on my way home, I decided to pop by with a note and pass him my number. Awesome. And guys think that's attractive too. It's like, it's not going to, if you're thinking that like asking a guy out is going to turn him off or whatever, it's like, I wouldn't think that way at all, because guys don't really, make it more than it is in most cases. So it's like, that can be a positive thing. It shows that she's really confident. Pass him a number. I've never done anything like this before, but I thought, what the heck, right? Nothing to lose. Totally. Unfortunately, he'd already finished his shift and left for the day. I went to the cafe's Insta and found him. Is it creepy to slide into his DMs? I mean, it's probably. I think you're safe, but it's much better way if you could just actually pass him that note. Maybe you go back there the next day and pass him a note. Slide into the DMs with basically no contact. The only kind of interaction you've had with him is just eye contact when he was giving you coffee. I'd say that's probably not the best move as far as just slide into his DMs, but wait another day. You could wait another day and just pass him that note. And I'll have a much better result. Or should I just go for brunch another time and try to make small talk or something and keep it casual? I don't want to appear like a stalker. Yeah, I mean, just keep it casual, or you hint at, or you maybe have a casual conversation. It's like that's what you want to do with pickup. It's like just have a regular conversation with somebody. You don't have to have this great pickup line or whatever. And actually, that can really have negative effects. So just have a regular conversation, and then you might hint at him asking you out. Or you bring up like a location, or you bring up like, hey, I was just bring up like a location of like a dinner spot or something like that you know of. And then just kind of hint at it that way and make it easy for him to set a date. Any advice is appreciated. Yeah, so that's what I do. I'd wait for another encounter, and you can just pass him that note. That'd probably be just as effective, and it'd probably be easier than. Well, for some people, it's easier to really just pass a note versus talk to somebody in person and kind of hint at going on a date, even though that is a very essential skill to really develop. But I would steer towards the physical interaction versus just like finding him through the coffee shop's Instagram and then going through this whole step process. It's kind of like he's probably gonna have like, okay, yeah. So I'd say in person over the direct Instagram message for sure.